Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is a 3-day African Union Summit at KICC that is focusing on African fertilizer and soil health. So, William Ruto is the host president on this issue. And this is a 3-day summit. Today, the second day. Tomorrow, on May 10th, is going to be the final day of this summit. So, on this second day, President William Ruto had about 6 heads of state attending this event. And above all, Raila Odinga was among the high-level guests attending the summit too. So, Raila cleverly did something that surprises many of the people, especially those who are from the opposition. What did I say? From the Kenya Kwanza side. Because remember what happened at the time when Raila was in Mukuru. Then now we are here. So Raila decided that he's going to receive this head of state in this summit. And this is how Raila Odinga received this heads of state and the high-level guest in this summit.
Your Excellencies, if any of us who are seated, please let's all be upstanding. We're going to start with the Kenyan National Anthem, followed by the AU Anthem, the Kenyan Anthem. With your permission, Your Excellencies, I request that you remain standing. We'll have 2 prayers. The first prayer is going to be led by Hassan Adam Kutul, followed by Reverend Stanley Mutangi. The prayers.
Now we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Definitely, in such a situation, people like Kimani Ichung'wah are wondering how to approach politics in this country, especially when Raila addresses to some of serious issues touching on Kenyans. Then they are being forced to a kind of respond without even wisdom. Because look on how Kimani Ichung'wah was responding to Raila. I also wonder about Rigathi Gachagua, who has always been talking about putting the traps near State House and anywhere around William Ruto so that, according to him, Mzee wa Kitandawili will not come near power. But here, is Raila receiving heads of state? In what capacity? So that tells you, Baba is Baba. Baba can go where you can never think that you can go through, where you cannot even attempt to step. So that is him. This is a man who will do all this, and the next day, he will tell Ruto the truth. You cannot box Raila somewhere or silence him with anything. Raila will tell you the truth. He was able to work with Uhuru Kenyatta because at least Uhuru was consulting, and above all, he was really, trying to do on some of the issues that were being pushed by the Azimio, not Azimio, that time it was NASA. So there was consultation, and even Uhuru was grateful to the advice from Raila Odinga. That's why they were able to work together. But you see, you are here, what you are doing is complete opposite. You don't care about humanity. And you're wasting, you think that Raila Odinga will just be there clapping for you. Raila will not do that. This is the man who will tell you the truth. Hawezi nyamaza na ukweli, na yeye hali yake haimruhusu kuona binadamu akinyanyaswa ama akiumia. That is the calling that Raila has. It is something you cannot take away from him. So it was there. Now he is here receiving the heads of state. So definitely people will be asking, why is Raila Odinga doing so? It's very obvious. Raila is trying to capitalize on the international summit hosted in Kenya and elsewhere to seek his support for the AUC, which will be happening earlier next year. So he's pushing for his AUC bid. You cannot say that you are eyeing that seat and you remain silent. You don't want to meet with the head of state. You don't want to, in one way or another, collaborate with the head of state in your own country. So that's why he had to meet William Ruto and meet other presidents, because everyone has a vote, and every vote in an election, it matters. Ruto has a vote. All of this head of state have a vote. So anything that will come to Kenya involving any other heads of state, Raila will use that opportunity to reach out to any head of state for the support. So this is one of the main agendas that Raila was there to try and seek for that support. So give it to him. He's in a campaign, and he's doing it so graciously, with a lot of respect, and not in any way leaving his own people behind, that because I'm seeking this one, I should not talk about what Kenyans are going through. He wisely does so. A man full of wisdom, and that is Raila Odinga for you. Sasa sijui kazi kama hii Gachagua alikuwa wapi, because yeye ndio inafaa anafanya on behalf of the president, do such things. But you cannot block Raila. He can even get crushed, but still be respected in his capacity. Raila is a statesman, and that statesmanship is not going away from him. Bado iko tuna inaendelea hivyo hivyo. That is the man we have today. But during the time when Raila Odinga addressed to the issues of demolition in Mukuru, those from Kenya Kwanza were like, Baba now is too much here in local politics. He's fighting the president. So we should stop supporting him. what they have discovered, majority of Kenyans are praying that Baba abaki Kenya. Kuna wale wana wish Baba should be doing something, but above all wanahitaji Baba hapa. So they don't know. They don't know. Though for me as a person, I hope Raila should get this seat. That's my prayer. Though people have their views, but it was discovered that majority of Kenyans want Raila Odinga here because it is also time to teach Ruto a political lesson. So Raila will continue to meet with anyone. But again, let us ask a question here. This summit is focusing on African fertilizer and soil health. Hosted in Kenya, where now we anticipate Minister for Agriculture in this country, Linturi, to be either addressing this kind of summit. Just imagine what this man will be telling these people at a time when his impeachment is irreversible, it is on a different gear. He's being now exposed in the investigation committee of 11 selected members. Look at the kind of picture being painted outside there. The story around the Minister of Agriculture here in Kenya. Then you are discussing about Africa fertilizers and the soil health. Total embarrassment to William Ruto and his administration. Haya ni mambo lazima tuangalie sababu hii summit inakusudia mambo kama hayo. So they are learning that Kenyan farmers were subjected to fake fertilizer in exchange for their money. They were supplied with sand, soil, and donkey poo. That is it. In exchange for money. And this is what we are discussing here. So, Linturi is not worth to address anyone in this summit. Otherwise, it is an embarrassment, total embarrassment to this administration, because this one is a man who is committing an economic crime by sabotaging farmers. So Africa is not safe with such people. That was just by the way, but we have discussed about the manner in which Raila Odinga welcomed heads of state. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.